foot defines cultural imperialism as the imposition by one group of its cultural forms on another group, particularly members of a different society. Imperialism is a form of relationship characterized by conquest, expansion, domination, and subjugation. The Caribbean region is comprised of three main groups of islands: the Greater Antilles, the Lesser Antilles, and the Bahamas. The Bahamas is an archipelagic country consisting of 3,000 islands, keys, and reefs located on the northeastern side of the Caribbean Sea. The Bahamas lies closest to the United States with a distance of 504 kilometers to be exact. The Greater Antilles consist of four islands: Puerto Rico, Cuba, Jamaica, and Hispaniola, which consist of the two neighboring nations, Haiti and the Dominican Republic. The Lesser Antilles is comprised of all remaining islands, which are further divided into the Windward and Leeward Islands. The Caribbean opened its doors to the powerhouse named United States of America quite early in its existence, which proved to be very beneficial to America and to the vast majority of Caribbean nations.
The United States decided to focus on internal development following the end of the American Civil War in 1865. By the 1800s, they had no more land left to further expand, and their industrial and agricultural sectors were flourishing so well that they themselves could not consume the total production. This led to the need for markets outside of the U.S. to prevent the wasting of excess product. The Caribbean was an excellent potential territory for the United States. It was in close proximity and would make a readily available consumer market. U.S. imperialists argued that venturing outside of the country would make the U.S. a more powerful nation. These imperial notions produced the integration of American cultural norms, political and economic views into Caribbean society. The influence of American culture is very evident when it comes to things like food, fashion, movies, and sometimes music within the Caribbean. Driving down any street, you are sure to see a Wendy's, Burger King, Domino's, or KFC. Everyone is always excited to strut their stuff in the newest fashion trends. Majority of the things we watch, read, or listen to are produced by Americans. Today, advancements in technology are a great part of this assimilation of American culture.
Many people view America as the land of endless opportunities. Many Caribbean people migrated to the U.S. in hopes of a better life. They migrated to work in industries where there was a better pay compared to what they made at home. Of course, making more money would allow them to better provide for their families. Upon returning home, not only did they bring money, but also brought various aspects of the American life and customs. These customs eventually transferred over to their families and became incorporated into their way of life and their family traditions. For example, the celebration of the American holiday Thanksgiving. Although not officially a national holiday, many Bahamian families still incorporate certain aspects of it to their yearly traditions.
Tourism plays a large part in the Caribbean's economy and society. In some countries, like the Bahamas and Jamaica, it is the major industry, while for other countries, like Cuba, it is a fastly growing market. Although very beneficial for the economy, it can have a great impact on the culture itself, both negatively and positively. Positively by introducing new technologies and introducing higher levels of education, while negatively stripping the country of its cultural norms and introducing an Americanized way of life. Although Americans are not the only tourists to visit our shores, they are quite surely the majority. If you walk into any hotel in the Caribbean, you will most likely be greeted with what is someone's best version of an American accent. For some reason, we feel as though we must replicate American concepts within our tourism industries in order to appeal to such tourists. Tourists usually don't come to experience a culture. They come for the warm climates and perfect beaches. For guests to feel comfortable, we think that they must feel at home. And to make them feel at home, we replicate their concepts, integrate their foods, music, and traditions as a form of hospitality.
Lastly, proximity does have an effect on assimilation and Americanization. The Bahamas is the most northeastern region of the Caribbean and thus positioned closest to America, while the other Caribbean countries lie further south. Noting the close proximity of the Bahamas, it is commonly observed as American to its fellow Caribbean citizens, notably because of their accents and the dollar currency being on par with the US dollar. Though the high levels of influence from its neighboring powerhouse, the Bahamas is not American. It is simply more Americanized due to its close proximity with Florida. They still have their own unique culture just like every other Caribbean in the region and share many key cultural features that is identifiable with the Caribbean. What this shows is that the closer a country is, the more assimilation occurs. Hey Becca, I'm no girl. You hear about the new Marshall Montano song? It's real hot.
Huh? Who? What are you talking about? Now, I don't know who that is, but you heard the new Taylor Swift album? Hey girl, let's go get lunch. What do you feel like eating today?
To be honest, I really feel for some KFC, you know. It is real ash. What about you?
No, I don't want that mess. I'm feeling like some home-cooked meal. Oh, I could so go for some jerk pork, rice and peas, and festival.
So, Gil, what band are you thinking about jumping with next year?
I'm not really feeling that. I'm gonna go Coachella instead.
Being Americanized and being American do not go hand in hand.
Our Caribbean countries have been influenced by American culture and can therefore be deemed Americanized.
But at the end of the day, we still have our own independent and unique Caribbean cultures that makes us a united region.
Out of many, one people.